this week's Com 105 video, we were talking about convergence in class this week, which is basically just the merging of different companies into one, like smartphones and gaming systems, things like that are all part of convergence. I believe that convergence is forcing us to change the way that we socialize. One example for the physical way that we socialize is I notice whenever I'm with my friends, I'm always on my phone, showing them like, oh wow, look at, did you see so and so posted something on Facebook, or this funny video on YouTube or whatever. You're always on your phone even though you're in person interacting with them, in person. A social way that I think it is affecting our society is it's just easier to talk to people, to communicate with people when you're not with them. Just on your smartphone alone, I could FaceTime, I could go on Twitter, Facebook, I can call somebody, I can text them. You could do anything. I could find Skype on my phone. There's so many different ways to socialize with people, even though they could be in another country, across our country, or just down the street. The one thing that I can think of for how it's affecting businesses is when they merge together. Like for example, when Wells Fargo and Wachovia merged, I remember my mom had to go through a whole different system with her debit cards and whatnot, changing them to make sure that they are, the same. Some opportunities that I think convergence offers us is that it forces us to know more about the world around us. If I'm out on the street and I hear somebody say something about really anything, something in the news, like I had heard last week about everything in either, I think it was in Libya, maybe, that something had happened, with the video with the Muslim people and everything. I didn't know what it was, and immediately, I was in class, wherever, I looked it up on my phone and I found a multitude of things on it. And I think that that's one way that it brings us more opportunities. It's easier to find information. Also, another way is, I think, is through networking. It's a lot easier to stay connected to people. When you're out on business trips or whatever, you have your smartphone with you to check your internet, with your email and whatnot. And it's just much easier to stay in contact with somebody now that this is all available on one device. It is portable. You can take it with you wherever you go. Some challenges that I think convergence brings is what we talked about in class. The biggest one I can think of is Netflix overtaking, and running blockbusters and Hollywood videos and everything out of business. I have Netflix. I've had it for a couple years now, and I've never had to leave my house to watch TV, movies, anything. It's all right there on my computer, on my Xbox, Wii, whatever I set it up on. And it's not just Netflix. I mean, there's Hulu, and there's a whole bunch of other websites that I use, if the shows that I want to watch aren't available on those. So, yeah, that's what I think about convergence. I think that it's a good thing. I think that, it's just a part of our society evolving. And I think it just makes everything a lot easier. While it does bring some challenges for companies and it does shut some of them out of business, I think overall it's a good thing.